Hi all, today we're going to talk about the space travel. We all dream about traveling in space, and that is the topic for today. We're going to talk about who are the people who have done it, what are the plans, and how soon can we do it. But before we go ahead, please remember to click on the subscribe button below so that you are the initial ones to get this information. Now, we all have different traveling habits. Some like to travel because they want to taste different kind of food in different countries. Some like to experience different kind of culture. Some like to watch different work habits. Some travel just for the religious and spiritual purpose, and some like to go on trekking, etc. But all of us have one thing in common. We all would have wished at least once or twice in our lifetime, what if we could travel in a space and we could see Earth from outside? How spectacular that view would be. When we read about galaxies, when we watch sci-fi movies, when we used to watch Star Trek, these were the things which used to come in our mind if we could travel in space. Well, let me tell you, this is very much possible. There are few people who have actually done it. When we say they have done it in terms of traveling for recreational purpose, and though the cost was very high, but there are few companies which are going to make it more affordable as we progress, as humanity goes ahead. We're going to talk about those. Now, let's talk about the people who have made it. Now, there are 7 tourists in total by 2009 who actually made it to space as a tourist. They did it in a Russian spacecraft called Soyuz. Now, at that point of time, the cost was very, very high. It costed them between 20 to 25 million US dollars per trip. But the sad part was, this was closed in 2010. They could not travel from Soyuz anymore because it closed on a number of factors: the crew size, the rising cost, etc., etc. However, it would be good to know about them. If you Google and you try to search for those 7 tourists, you can have their names in your fingertips, and it'd be good to know, to actually read about or to watch what was their experience when they actually traveled to space, and how they felt when they actually looked at planet Earth from there. Now, we're going to talk about the companies which are actually working very, very hard to make it possible. There were a number of companies, but there were a few who closed down. There were a lot of cost factors, technology factors, logistical issues which made them drop out of the race, but there are still some which are carrying on. There are 5 that we could talk about. Some of them we already know about, we must have heard in the news. Some of them you may not be aware of, but it would be good to know. The 5 are: the first one is Virgin Galactic, second is Spacex, third is Blue Origin, fourth is Orion Span, and the 5th is a well-known Boeing. Let's talk about what these companies are actually doing and how can we travel in space with one of them if we could afford it. The first one is Virgin Galactic. Yes, you are correct. It's part of the Virgin Group for Richard Branson, the famed entrepreneur. Now, they are experimenting with a space plan called VSS Unity. It's a magnificent aircraft. If you look at it, you can Google it. You can see some of the pictures. Now, they are taking in a list of space tourists, and they're taking in an initial deposit of £200,000 just to secure a place in this waiting list, which means they are going to planet quite soon. The second in our list is Spacex, which most of us know because of Elon Musk is well known for his Tesla fame, and there have been some of the success stories on Falcon series of spacecrafts which actually went to Mars and all. But it would be good to talk about the third one in our list, which is Blue Origin. They are experimenting with a traditional rocket called New Shepard, and they plan to take 6 passengers on each flight to space when they become operational. You'll be glad to know and excited to know if I tell you what the fourth one in our list is doing, and that is called Orion Span. Now, they are planning a private commercial space station in the space, and that is going to be called Aurora Space Station. They're going to put it in a low Earth orbit. Now, it would be called a space hotel. Isn't it exciting? You like to know, oh, I was the first one to go. Let me tell you, they plan to take 6 tourists at one time, and it's going to cost £7 million. And what's more exciting is they're going to operationalize this by 2022. Even some delays come in, I think we would be able to have some good news while we are alive. The fifth one in our list is Boeing. They are actually in agreement with NASA, and they are experimenting with a spacecraft called CST-100 Starliner. Now they plan to host at least one space tourist in each mission. So with this we conclude our video. If you have any views, please express it on the comment section below. During these hard times, stay safe, take care of your loved ones, and just remember one thing more. Please click the subscribe button below and stay safe.